We're spoiling everybody with this one. Welcome to Library of Ruina, a game so horrible and painful it should be constituted as a harmful substance. Completing this game is a testament to one's will, which is hilarious because this game is a goddamn deck builder. I love it when my bosses have 5 phases and each and every one of them is harder than the prior. Taking place in the city once again. This is actually the second game in the Piss Moon trilogy, which I'm only now covering because the sheer dread it has been emanating in my library. I think this is truly one of the most painful experiences I've ever had, and that's okay. Since Stockholm also happens to be a syndrome, you will get your balls used like a jumping rope by the fiery Chinese lady, and you will come to like it. Any and all context you will need for this video is that Angela, the genius robot lady from Lobotomy Corporation, has created an evil and ever-growing library of knowledge that we will cultivate by turning every single one of our guests into a book. But in creating this Goon Lagoon, she has given everyone the ability to distort and become monsters due to their heightened cortisol levels. But before I ruin a library or something, let's set the stage by telling you about our 2 main characters. Angela, the dictator of our library, since she basically happens to be an omnipresent god inside this bitch. Stupid ass Chudlick keeps having tantrums and making it everyone else's problem. Had to watch the same short on loop for about 1,000,000 years whilst playing a bit. Her creator called her a bitch and left her mentally awesome. And then there's Roland, Angela's chopped servant in charge of attending to visitors. Happens to be a very firm believer in thugging it out. A very cool and funny guy whose pregnant wife has literally just died, so now he's accidentally found his way into the library.
Here we are then. Now, where is that?
Who the fuck are you?
Whoa, hold on now.
How did you get into my house?
There was a big and tall mama lady who...
I'm enforcing my castle doctrine, motherfucker! Now who?
Oh, he passed out.
I'm alive!
Yes, indeed, thanks to my patience.
Oh, wow, thanks. I appreciate your ever-benevolent patience.
Enough! You will be in charge of killing all of our guests.
Wow, what if I...
No! Get to work.
So now, with Roland's body reconstructed and him having a job, we can actually start our librarian duties by inviting the desperate and struggling people of Section 8 housing to come join us in the library so that they can try to pass Angela's freak test. If you happen to see an invitation to the library, just know that your ass is being turned into a smut book within 24 hours. This shit's the city equivalent of spam emails. Come visit my library and receive 2 million on. No organ harvesting. After inviting them, you'll need to observe and psychoanalyze them with Angela so that we'll know what flavor of deranged we're getting today before we eventually blow their shit smooth off. Congratulations, you have just booked someone. And now it's time to wear their skin and build a deck out of them. First and foremost, building decks is absolute bullshit, just like the game itself. Decks are composed of 2 different things: key pages, which are basically your passives, and of combat pages, which are your moves. And in order to get these 2 things, you'll need to burn your now booked victims, and technically erase their whole existence in the process. Doing this will grant you 8 random combat and key pages, which means you are not guaranteed to get any of the things you actually need. And what's more, you'll also need to use the books in order to invite new guests into your library so that you can progress the story, which means you have to grind the books and then gamble with them so that you have a chance of completing the fucking video game. All of this can be a problem when the fights can take up to 30 minutes, and if you happen to die, you'll have to grind all of the books again. My longest fight in this game took around 6 hours to beat. Now, if you were to theoretically ask me, Bag, how do I minimize my suffering whilst playing this dog shit of a video game? Then I'd tell you, you're shit out of luck. But I'd advise you to download the reception of 500 feral hogs from the Steam Workshop, after which I allow you to download the no grind mod, which makes it so that you only have to torture yourself once, since combat still constitutes of you performing esoteric rain dances for good dice rolls. I don't really understand how the combat works, but it essentially boils down to you clashing your attacks with the enemy's attacks. And upon winning or losing those clashes, you will generate emotion levels, which grant you super attacks and buffs based on which floor you're using in the fight. There's 10 floors in total, and they are once again operated by our before mentioned friends from Lobotomy Corporation. But this time, instead of unresolved mental issues, they become unwilling participants in our mass kidnapping scheme. Here's a quick rundown. Malika, more commonly known as the Big Cut in the streets. A lady with a lot of burn and a higher KD than kissing her. Yes, Hod? Why is he covered in cheese? Hod killed herself. Net Zachary is still an alcoholic, but now he has a drinking button Roland. He also became a liberal arts student. Tifret became woke and found a way to make Exodia out of multiple mentally ill magical girls. Gibra, genuinely the closest thing to Goku this fucking game has to offer. She even has her own Vegeta, and I'm not making a joke about the red mist. Cheese bites. I absolutely adore him, but what does he even do? Don't talk to me before I've had my coffee. Bye. Benjamin became a religious leader for his dead boyfriend, and now he's operating like Maharaga. And with all of them combined, we make up the world's shittiest book club with the god-given capability of being able to kill half of the city. And thank God for that, since they'll have to be on the opposing end of Angela's and Roland's reality-changing breakdowns, which will see Roland venting and cross-dressing as a form of coping. I promise you, all of this is very important in order to become strong enough to kill the devil and his ensemble of redditors who are trying to make everyone distort by fucking with our library.
Oh, Angelica, how I miss you in these dark days.
Greetings, Sir Argalia. I have brought you a new batch of Distorted members as per your request.
I fucking love eating human flesh!
They're a bit out there, but... Are you even listening, sir?
Oh, Angelica, why did you have to get killed by a SoundCloud beat?
Huh. So that's the main antagonist, huh? Seems like a weird one.
Yep, that's Argalia the Blue Vibrator, alright.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, he's my brother-in-law.
Wait, you're not serious, are you?
Yeah. You know, a part of why he's like that is because you technically killed his sister.
Wouldn't that mean that I also...
Yep. But it is what it is, and I'm sure that it'll have no later consequences on our relationship.
Hello people, I have this NordNetVPN affiliate link in the description down below. Please use it if you want to support me and the channel. Thank you very much. Finally, welcome to the story. I made sure nothing happened in the first half of the video just to be as authentic as possible to the in-game experience. Hello, I am John Fixer, number 56, and I will now die because that is my job. Most of the guests don't do anything, since their only relevance to the story is showing up and then dying. But there are a couple with longer and more nuanced stories, since they actually have more than 10 minutes to be told, such as the Usain Bolt of the city, more commonly known as Philip, a grade 5 fixer who you fight a total of 6 times because he keeps running away. Little bro has a win rate of 0%, even though he has a boss fight with 7 fucking phases. He enters the library with his mentor, El Salvador, and his crush, the lone fixer passive lady, due to a man named Walter dying in our Waffle House. But they thought that shit was sweet, and everyone but Philip fell victim to its new cursed host. Philip eventually ran away before coming back with Jorn Bloodborne, who also happens to get killed because of Angela being a Sony executive. Eventually, this cycle of being a useless and complete failure with no friends left alive makes him awaken ego. And do I even need to tell you what happens next? Well, he gets teleported to a Disney World in Las Vegas, where he gets despair baited by a jester-maxing clown who's possibly on the registry.
Come on, try and hit me. Come on.
Leave me alone! Who the hell are you?
Oh, me? Well, I'm no one else but
Me, young Philip.
What the hell's happening?
You see, I laced your shit before you got here, so now you're tripping balls inside my physical circus.
I saw you die.
Of course I'm still dead, you moron. You couldn't save me after all. Shouldn't have expected anything else from a failure like you.
Please let me go, sir. I feel fear and hunger.
Hello, and I could give you anything you want.
Please get me out of here.
Sure, will do.
Fuck.
he actually didn't do any of this. He was just distorted into a bunch of children. And that ended up being such a big issue because he somehow managed to kill 80,000 people before being domesticated by Argalia. And funnily enough, that number would have been a lot higher if it weren't for Lady Jane Fire herself. Zhao, the director of the Chinese firefighters, also known as the Liu Association. Everyone who plays this game chooses one character they will dedicate their entire free will to, and this just happens to be mine. Her gang constitutes of her multiple Chinese subordinates and her white boy husband Lowell, who's been ordered to enter the library just before his anniversary with Zhao. And no happy couples will exist under Big Kim's supervision. And now with all her everything murdered, she resigns and comes to burn us down with her 2 remaining subordinates before going through the whole hero's journey in the span of 10 minutes. Wow, I have my whole life ahead of me. No, bro, the full power of a burning human soul is coming. This was by far the most difficult fight in the game for me, because every single time you dispatch her of her 2 goons, you'll have to face the full scorching power of the sun and defeat her before you eventually burn to death. So it's a race against the clock, but thankfully, I don't give a damn. I beat her way before I was supposed to after bashing my head against the wall for several days on stream. A true expression of free will, which was more than worth it since now I can pull nukes out of my asshole. And the whole city is about to feel this one, because next up we're going to be fighting the Korean something, the literal manifestation of the city's will. Once upon a time, there was a very tired fella by the name of Jan, a low-ranking grunt of a cultist faction named the Index, who religiously follow whatever bullshit their prescript tells them to do. Which is really funny since every prescript will end up benefiting the Index somehow. The Janer hated this so much he started to make his own fake ones, but turns out, his higher-ups were specifically ordered to follow whatever Jan's delivered prescripts told them to do. Ah, hell nah, I thought my choices were made out of my own free will, he said before distorting and receiving 5 trillion prescripts straight to his brain via a Bluetooth connection with the city. Now, with his ass booked, we got basically no one left to challenge us but the distorting friends, who kinda just broke in with Roland's dead wife. What, did you just fucking leave her in that piano? Funnily enough, Angelica, aka Roland's now puppeted and dead wife, used to be one of the most notable people in the city, the Black Silence. But Roland received the Black Silence's gloves in the reception before this, and they said that they were his. So this basically means that Roland had a period of time where he LARPed as his dead wife, and he did all this whilst killing as many people as he could across the city, which made him a couple enemies, and now the Brazen Bull is calling for him. This fight is a fucking marathon. You'll have to fight 10 different bosses with 10 different floors, which all happen to be gimmick hell or just plain difficult. So you'll spend a bit of time here cooking up 15 different usable builds before turning off the vibrator and his suicide squad.
We did it, Roland. We completed the invitations. Now, what should we do?
Angela, it's time we finish this.
Oh, what did I do, Roland?
What did you do? More like what haven't you done?
Is this about her?
Of course it is!
I only wanted to be compensated for my—
You're a bitchy, sociopathic asshole. An Fallenhuffen, dead inside pixie, a third-rate Carmen who got abandoned by daddy. And I'll tell you what you can do. You can lick my sorrowful chocolate ring clean and kick yourself all the way to the outskirts, because that's where you fucking belong! In fact, I don't give a shit if you stab me in the back and throw my body into the fucking sewers or something. If the last thing I do is if the last thing I do in this stupid, cum-gutter existence is taking away your freedom and enacting my revenge, I still won't die happy.
Roland, can you not—
You killed Angelica! If you weren't alive, she'd still be here with me. And I won't be happy till I've chopped your worthless head off and erased your shit stain of an existence from the city whilst I gargle down Gebra's Gebu balls!
You're my friend, Roland. But I can't let you do this.
Come on, Angela. Let's see whose will is stronger. Your freedom or my revenge.
We could have gone to Hum Hum Pung Pung, Roland.
Well, that's that, and this is this.
Welcome to the actual hardest fight in the whole franchise. Roland has a lot going for him, that being 5 phases of sorrow, which he's more than happy to share. You have 3 floors in total to fight him with, but 2 of those might as well be useless since the fight is structured in a manner if you die once, it might as well be over. The fight starts off against base Roland, who then... What the fuck is that? Very scary, but these first phases are basically filler, since the real problems only start when Roland resummons his re-dead wife. Both Roland and Angelica have a million dice they use, and with the power of a dead marriage, they will buff each other whilst jumping from the top ropes, which would be fine if they didn't have this fucking status effect. Roland, your wife's dead again, along with your potential baby. Welcome for real. This is the actual fight, and it's a Roland who's reminiscing about mass murder. And shit's not sweet. Hod's already been sacrificed to Ball, and Roland still has his quirky little move, which I haven't even yet mentioned, by the name of Furioso, which is a page that does a 9-piece meal against your nuggets. And now, he just so happens to have a roided up version of it. So in this fight, if you value your life, destroy those weapons before he gets furious, or convert and start praying, since the motherfucker also knows mitosis. This fight was so hard, I had to assemble Bird Exodia and fuse it with the fucking Arbiter in order to win. Now, after this fight is done, you'll have 2 choices here as Angela. Do you lob this sorrowful dipshit's head off for insubordination, or will you let him hit? Because now you will play as Roland, and you get 2 decisions as well. Either you stab Angela, or the feeling's mutual. These decisions will determine your ending, and doing literally anything but forgiving each other will give you a bad ending, ranging from Angela fucking everything up again to Roland drowning in a sewer whilst high off of every single substance he could find. But if you pick the right choices, Angela will release all of the booked guests before coming face to face with the matriarch of mental illness, Carmen, the lady telling everyone to distort. But whilst Angela was fending off schizophrenia, Roland was spawn camping withered Argalia and his animatronics before fighting them again and performing the Gojo versus Sukuna equivalent of Project Moon. But as Angela is done with her fight, she's about to fade into the light and disappear. But as she's about to fade away into the light, Roland wakes her up and kills Argalia right away, ending their near week-long battle. Now, with the world's longest Dark Souls invasion and set of breakdowns done, Angela has fully returned to being a robot, and Roland can finally rest. I find that peculiar as well.
Angela.
What the fuck is the US Army doing here, and why do they want my robo-wife? The 2 strongest motherfuckers just showed up at our door, and the only ones to protect us are the ghosts of Fixer Past. But thankfully, these guys are bitches, and they teleported us into the middle of the Sahara. And that's the game. GG. Hello, I'm a YouTuber from Finland, and this is my garbage. Library of Ruina is a game that I like very much, and I have only scraped the balls of this product with this video. So do yourself a favor and go get the game for yourself. And if you want to help me out, write something nice down in the comments below for the algorithm to notice me. And if you're in need of a VPN, go click my affiliate link in the description below. I have also made a bustling Discord server, which you can now join. The next video is not about Project Moon, and thank you to my benevolent enablers over on Patreon and YouTube memberships. This video was a blast to make. I hope I delivered. Okay, bye bye!